Welcome to my channel EVS EDU. Dear friends, in the previous lecture we had learned about the concept of environment, where we discuss what are surroundings that compose environment and the different constituents which surround us. In today's lecture, I am going to discuss various components of environment. The components of environment are broadly classified into two classes. Number one, abiotic components, and number second, biotic. Abiotic components are also known as non-living components, and biotic components are also known as living components. Abiotic components are further subdivided into two major classes, that is medium, and another one is climatic factor. Medium is further subdivided into three classes: lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. All these three mediums constitute a living zone that is known as biosphere. Similarly, climatic factors are subdivided into various classes. Those are known as climatic factors such as temperature, light, wind, humidity, etc. Now, biotic components or living components are further subdivided into three classes: fauna and flora, interspecific interactions, and intraspecific interactions. Thus, abiotic components of environment. Abiotic components are non-living, or we can say physical components of environment, include non-living factors consisting medium such as soil, water, air, etc. These three mediums constitute three important basic segments of environment. For example, soil composes lithosphere. Similarly, water hydrosphere and atmosphere from air, which is also known as gaseous envelopes surrounding the earth, wherein there is also different water bodies which are present in the hydrosphere. Dear friends, the medium provides the habitat to the living organisms according to their habitat. Hence, the three mediums together constitute a living zone here. This is known as biosphere. The other abiotic component is climate, which is also known as climatic factors such as temperature, light, wind, humidity, etc. So, let us briefly discuss mediums of environment one by one. Let me first explain what is lithosphere. Lithosphere is a solid component of Earth known as lithosphere, the Earth's crust consisting of soil and rocks. The soil is made up of organic and inorganic matter and water. Soil forms by weathering of rocks as rocks break down into smaller fragments. The sand, silt, and clay, which are different textures of soil particles, and these particles together constitute different kinds of minerals, mineral portions of the soil, etc. The organic constituents are mainly polysaccharides, organocompounds of nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. The organic constituents, even though form only around 4 to 6% of the lithosphere, they are responsible for fertility of the soil and hence its productivity. Proceeding ahead, let us discuss about hydrosphere. Dear friends, hydrosphere comprises all water resources of Earth, both in surface and under the ground, which is known as groundwater. The world's largest water is found in oceans and seas, followed by lakes and reservoirs, rivers and streams, glaciers and snow caps in the polar regions and under the ground. The water is locked up in the oceans and seas. These water content which is locked in the oceans and seas are major and too salty and cannot be used directly for human consumption, domestic, agricultural or industrial purposes. Only less than 1% of water resources are available for human exploitation. The distribution of water among these sources, or we can say resources, is given in this table. You can see here it is given by the percentage. In the oceans and seas it is 96 to 97%. Glaciers and polar ice caps contain 2 to 3% and freshwater less than 1%. The another medium of environment is atmosphere. Atmosphere is the gaseous envelope surrounding the Earth and extends up to 500 kilometers above the Earth's surface. The atmosphere is composed of gases having different volume percentage. The composition of the atmosphere is given in this table, starting with the major constituents like nitrogen 78.1%, followed by oxygen, water vapors, argon, carbon dioxide, and trace constituents, for example, helium, neon, krypton, xenon, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, etc. The atmosphere, which is a gaseous cover, protects the Earth from cosmic radiation and provides life-sustaining oxygen, the micronutrients, nitrogen and carbon dioxide, needed for the photosynthesis. The atmosphere plays a major role in maintaining the heat balance of the Earth by absorbing the re-emitted radiation from the Earth. In addition, the atmosphere is the medium of carriage of water from the oceans to the land in the hydrological cycle. Part of mediums such as lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere together constitute one more medium known as biosphere or living zone. Here in this picture, you can see that there are three spheres. One, this is atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere. All these spheres, there's a part of all these spheres, either we can say atmosphere, hydrosphere, or lithosphere, depicted here at the green dot. This is known as biosphere. The biosphere is a capsule enriching the Earth's surface wherein all the living things exist. Biosphere extends from 10,000 meters below sea level to 6,000 meters above sea level. Life forms do not exist outside this zone. Outside this zone means here, if we can say here lithosphere, beyond this line, or in hydrosphere, beyond this line, or in atmosphere, below beyond this line. Here in this green dot, it represents the living zone. That means here is the presence of air, water, soil, and other constituents which are present in the water or either air or in soil, which gives a platform to life to sustain the life and growth and other things. Dear friends, now I am going to discuss the biotic components of environment that is known as climatic factors. Climatic factors affect the environment, and these are weather characteristics, which varies and is influenced by time, slope, latitude, etc. Climate depends upon the various factors such as temperature, light, wind, humidity, etc. If we talk about the temperature it is an important climatic factor in the environment. The organisms live in the limited range of temperature, which is specific for species. Favorable temperature for life activities lies between 10 degrees centigrade to 35 degrees centigrade. The distribution of organisms is largely dependent, or we can say determined by the gradient of temperature. Temperature may limit the distribution of organisms throughout its effect on the survival, or we can say its effect on the metabolic rate, its effect on the other life processes. Now, let's talk about the light, which is again an essential factor for life, and in fact, life cannot exist without light. Light is essential for the process of photosynthesis, on which all the other organisms depend for their energy supply. Light affects the daily and seasonal rhythms of both plants as well as animals in a number of ways. These effects depend upon the intensity, quality, and duration of light. We have another two important climatic factors, that is wind and humidity. The strong and fast moving air is called wind. This factor is of great importance. Wind in the form of storm influences much both fauna and flora as well of a particular location, because wind varies from place to place and it is more near the seashores or water bodies or on top of the mountains or hill stations. Wind effect is less marked in animals than in plants. The another climatic factor is humidity, which is very important climatic factor or and has a great role in the environment as well as in the ecosystems. Humidity is a major limiting factor. Humidity affects the distribution and abundance of both animals as well as plants. The humidity of water vapors in the atmosphere is referred as absolute humidity. In daily life, humidity, along with temperature and light, regulates the organisms of every sphere, either those are living inside the soil or on the soil, or we can say every organism which is present in the terrestrial ecosystems or in the other ecosystems, sometimes in the aquatic as well. This was all about the different abiotic components of environment. Let us now discuss biotic, or we can say living components of environment. Biotic or living components of environment are present in the biosphere as a part of environment and considered as biotic or living factors. The biotic factors are subdivided as earlier discussed in the three layers or classes: flora and fauna, interspecific interactions, and intraspecific interactions. As far as flora and fauna is concerned, as depicted here in the figures, this flora and fauna, it ranges from a small, or we can say single-celled organism from or microorganisms. The best examples are bacteria, fungi, etc., and up to the plants and animals. The biotic components of environment consist of various life forms as depicted in these four pictures, like here bacteria, here fungus, plants, animals, and flowering plants, etc. In environment, living components form relationships with each other. These relationships are two types. Let us first of all take a look on the interspecific interactions. Interspecific interactions is a type of association in which relationship exists between organisms of different species. In this type of relationship, either both species are benefited, or one species is benefited, or both are harmed, or one is benefited and another is harmed. It includes predation, competition, mutualism, and symbiosis as examples. Now, we have one more category of interactions that is known as intraspecific interactions, a type of association in which a relationship exists between organisms of same species. The intraspecific association forms the basis of social organizations, that is, living in colonies, societies, or territories. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this channel. Thank you very much.